should've lived back in a bit, meditate, I think I should. No, we ain't friends, got me on
What's going on, guys? It's Birds from Fitz Records, and we're back with another video. In today's video, we are reviewing Joey Badast's newest album, newest studio album, 2000. So this is one of my favorite albums of the year. I'm just gonna put that out there, top 3 albums of the year. Not sure exactly where it fits in that top 3, but the way I do this is I like to go over certain categories of the album. So we got substance, lyrics, production, features, replayability, and an overall rating that I'll give the album. So without further ado, without wasting any more of your time, we're just gonna get right into it. Talk about the substance of 2000. Now, there's a lot in this album. This is probably Joey Bada's most personal and substance-filled album that has to do about himself. Of course, All-Amerikkkan Bada had a lot of substance in it, but that was more politically charged. And he did talk about himself on that album, but it was more socially and politically for American society. But 2000 covers themes about his life and how he's been the last 5 years, and how he looks at his career and his personal mental well-being through this. And he also talks about death and mental health, like on the song Survivor's Guilt, where he talks about his passing of Steez and his cousin, and also Head High, where he talks about the passing of XXXTentacion and how these have affected him and his outlooks on not only his career but his life. This is probably his most substance-filled album I think he's dropped, honestly. Extremely personal. Some of these songs are, I don't want to say hard to get through, but they hit hard. I mean, you're listening to him and we're human, he's human, and you have a lot of empathy there. So for substance, I'm giving it a 10, man. I have no complaints with the substance on any of these tracks. Every track pretty much has something to say. Now, lyrics. Now, it is Joey Bada. It is Joey motherfucking Badass. I don't even think there's much I have to say here. For this section, I actually went like on the Genius app and was gonna make a bunch of those title cards of like my favorite bars in the album, and I was just finding so many on each song. So I just scrapped that idea entirely. It's not even worth going over, honestly, because you can play any song in here, you'll find Joey spitting shit. I'm sure there's bars that are literally going over my head because he's just that good at rapping. I mean, he's never not been good. He's never not been good at wordplay, and after 5 years, you know, I hope you'd come back with some crazy wordplay, and he definitely did. So the lyrics section, also getting a 10. We are going all in. All right, now as far as production goes, a lot of these instrumentals were produced or helped produce by Aesthetic Selecta. Of course, that Joey Bada and Aesthetic Selecta duo goes way back, and they have never failed yet. There's a few tracks from Chuck Strangers as well. Nice to see him on there. And also, I know Mike Will Made It's on the album, Kirk Knight, and there are a lot of other collaborators on the production. But the production is super solid throughout. Minimum complaints. I mean, anything Aesthetic Selecta touches is gold, especially with Joey rapping over it. It is literally just a perfect combo. But I will say the production throughout is kind of mellow. You know, it doesn't really pick up to crazy heights except for a few tracks like Brand New 911, for example, or Make Me Feel. Especially love the production of the sample of Men I Trust, Show Me How on the song Show Me. That was absolutely insane. So I'm gonna give production a 9. Now the features on this album, we got Diddy, we got Westside Gunn, we got Larry June, Chris Brown, and Capella Gray. Now Diddy had a very minimal part in this album. He was on the first song, The Baddest, and he just kind of sung the chorus and had a little bit of an intro. But regardless, you know, Diddy doesn't really pop out for features like that, so I'm surprised he did for Joey. Even Nas is on this album giving a little speech at the end of one of the songs. I forgot what the title of the song is, but I guess he kept that as a feature, and I thought that was a fire speech talking about how Joey Bada is that guy, and he's got age on him like he's been here before, he says. And of course, Westside Gunn is my favorite feature on the album. Absolutely killed it. The ad-libs, everything on Brand New 911 is absolutely amazing. Larry June did his thing, you know, he understood the assignment, you know what I'm saying? He came and rapped kind of how I expected he would. Now, it's when we get into Chris Brown and Capella Gray, it's like, you know, I'm just not that big of a fan of this type of R&B, especially Chris Brown. Capella Gray did all right, but it's just whatever to me. That's probably Welcome Back's probably my least favorite song on the album. Probably the song with the least substance in it, because he's just talking about sleeping with a girl who's engaged to someone, really. But I mean, there's still metaphors and like lessons to be learned there and stuff to talk about, so I understand that. But for the features, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Now, replayability, this is very much a subjective category. I mean, all these are really, but this one is just how much I've been wanting to replay the album, and the answer is a lot. By playing it a lot, but I will say that some of the tracks on here, especially like the outro and stuff like that, it's a lot. Survivor's Guilt, tracks like that, it's a lot of substance, it's a lot of consciousness to take in at once. It's not as easy to replay as just like a trap album. You can play it over and over. It's dumb person music, basically. This is not dumb person music. It's just so good. The replayability is still there regardless of that. And I've been listening to it a lot, not quite every day, but I've still been listening to it a lot, regardless if it's not the whole album. I've been taking away songs from that brand new 9/11 go absolutely crazy. So for replayability, I'm gonna give that a 9. So we got substance at 10, lyrics at 10, production at 9, features 8, and replayability at 9. So the overall rating for Joey Bada's 2000 is going to be a 9 out of 10. So there you have it. I mean, if you watch my Logic Vinyl Days review, you know that I rated this album a little bit higher. I rated Vinyl Days as an 8.5, this one as a 9. So that kind of tells you where I stand on that. This album is incredible, so worth the wait. Really happy with what Joey has given us as fans. We waited extremely patiently and we got a masterpiece pretty much. You know, that's all I really wanted to go over today in this video. Just wanted to give you guys my thoughts. If you want to see me go over this album track by track, I do have a tier list about this album where I go through each track and of course rank them and talk about them individually, so that goes a little bit more in depth about the track list and the songs I like and don't necessarily like as much. So I'll make sure to link that up there if you want to watch that. That's all I really got for you guys today. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any updates, any videos, anything like that. Go in the description, follow my TikTok, my Twitter, and my Spotify down there too. And yeah, it's been Bryce. Peace.
Can I picture little Bobby, just a young run around with his bands, hammer in his hand, feeling like a man?